Hey everybody, welcome to the S.C.Y Lounge, here discussing Premier League action for the upcoming 2018-19 season, where I will be taking you through the preview and my fucking prediction on this shit. And so here we go. Bam, motherfuckers. Here we go. And I know a lot of you are probably reading this right now, and at initial glance and reaction, you guys are thinking, this guy's a fucking idiot, this guy's a fucking asshole. Well, hold on, pause right there. And I know being an asshole, and I fully admit that, but let me just walk you through my logic and start from the top. At number one, I have Manchester United. Reason why I say that, with what I consider failings for Manchester United, except the season where they won the Europa League, I think United is at this weird position where they have their squad is very young. Their squad is very young, and a lot of these cats just had the World Cup experience under their belts now. Most notably Paul Pogba. And I think Paul Pogba's experience can make him a leader in that midfield, and it can propel United to that first spot. I think just the one more thing, and I've been saying this for ages, the one more fucking thing Manchester United needs, absolutely needs, is a top defender. And I know there were talks of Harry Maguire, and, I'd say, shoot for the stars, go for somebody else. Go for somebody else, outside. Fuck it, man. Hey, Sergio Ramos. But that's besides the point. Let's move on to number two, because Manchester City. The reason why I have Manchester City sitting at second is mainly because of stagnancy and fatigue. Repeating as back-to-back Premier League winners is very, very difficult, especially in the modern game where competition is getting stronger. They understand your game. Right? Manchester City was playing this high-paced fucking attack, just fucking goals, solid defense. You don't think teams have figured that shit out at this point? I think Manchester City is going to slip a bit, but it's going to be a really tight race between City and United all the way until maybe April. And I think, again, United might just have that edge this time around, and we'll be able to see that. And on number three, I have Liverpool. Sorry, Liverpool fans. I know you think it's your season, but I just do not trust your defense. I can never trust that defense. I know Liverpool just bought Alisson for 66 million, which is great. Humda doodah, whatever the fuck. But something about Klopp, man, it's kind of unsettling. He's been in several finals at this point in Liverpool, and for not even a vast majority, every single one of them, he has come up short. And I don't know. I think that mentality is going to seep into the Liverpool players. And I think that can be really damaging. But not too damaging to the point where they completely drop. I think really they will do better. But I still find their defense very troubling. And I have them sitting third. And at fourth, I have my own club, Arsenal. Yes, I know you guys might be thinking, oh, he's putting all these guys on there because, he's an Arsenal fan. No, I'm actually looking at this from the fucking broad perspective of football, you assholes. But I put Arsenal at fourth because I think Unai Emery can do well. I think he has all the pieces to do well in this club. You got all the fucking right attackers, and we have strikers in the club now. We haven't had that in a long time. And we're building defense. We have decent goalkeeping, but again, harder competition, and I think Arsenal will have a very difficult first few months. They really will. If you look at their strength of schedule, it's not in their favor. So I think Arsenal will come back up slightly, but they will settle. They will have to settle for fourth place if I had to pick. At fifth, I have Tottenham Hotspur. I don't see them making any major splashes, and I understand, again, another young squad. Harry Kane had a very good World Cup, won the Golden Boot. Dele Alli had a pretty decent World Cup. A lot of key English players are in that Tottenham lineup. Yes, I'm an Arsenal fan. I don't really like Tottenham, but the one thing I will have to say about Tottenham is, even though they're incredibly young, incredibly talented, this is almost their third or fourth year going into the same fucking squad. And if nothing happens, okay, if this club doesn't win any domestic title or any domestic cups or even sniff Champions League, I think you have to consider this a failure. and the move to this new Tottenham, the London Stadium, or the Tottenham London Stadium, whatever the fuck it's called, it's gonna really take a toll. I mean, I could tell you for a fact as an Arsenal fan, and yes, you might point out to the fact that, yeah, Arsene Wenger, he didn't manage the fucking finances properly. But when you build a stadium like that and you take that much capital, a lot of other things will be lost. It's kind of the way business works, and Tottenham will see a drop. It's kind of inevitable. If I'm wrong, I'll eat my fucking words. That's kind of what I do here. So let's hope, as an Arsenal fan, let's hope they get relegated. But I think Tottenham will sit at 5th place. At 6th place, we have Chelsea. Now, I know Chelsea fans are going to think I'm just, have an axe to grind, but what has really Chelsea done? You lost Willian, arguably one of your best players. Seriously, I'd say next to Hazard, he's your second best player, and you lost him to Barcelona. Courtois is gonna leave, or if I'm mistaken, he's already left. He's already left for all I fucking know, and it looks like Hazard's leaving soon. So I don't know, man. And you bring in Rob Green, and I get it, new manager, all this shit. But here's the thing: Sarri couldn't win Serie A with Napoli when they were ahead by multiple fucking points at the latter stages of Serie A against Juventus. And I know Juventus has the better players, yada, 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 but you can argue based on inform during those specific seasons, Napoli had the better players. Napoli was on fire, and they fucking slipped. So this is what I'm worried about with Chelsea. Not only is the manager kind of hot and cold, and has been proven to be so, Roman Abramovich is nowhere to be seen when in a business, when your fucking boss or your fucking manager is not there. If the head's off, there's no brain, there's no thought process. So I think Chelsea will see a drop, and I know Chelsea fans, I know you guys are hating me right now, but this is kind of your reality. You signed Rob Green. I don't know what else to tell you. You signed Rob fucking Green. Oh, he's on free. Rob Green. Let's move on to number 7 before I just upset myself a little more talking about Rob Green. Burnley. I think Burnley's going to make a splash this fucking season, man. Arguably one of the best defensive units I was watching last season. I know they sat, I believe, 5th in total goals conceded. And all I said was this: if Burnley can find a way to have a solid 15 to 20 goal scorer, oh man, I think Burnley can be in a top 5, top 4 contention kind of deal. That's how well I think of Burnley. And I think Burnley will have to settle for a 7th or 8th spot, just because, again, the top competition up top is high, but in the middle and bottom also very, very stacked. So I think Burnley will have a bit of a difficult time, but they will, again, I think they're going to show everybody great defensive unit, great goalkeeper in Nick Pope, and a solid manager in Sean Dyche. And I still can't believe he didn't win the manager of the fucking year last season. So still upset about that. At 8th place, the other team in West London that has come up with big fucking news, Fulham. Now, this is the curious thing about Fulham, where I think Fulham, they won the they got promoted in the championship via playoffs, and they've proven in the championship throughout the entirety of the season that they have the talent, they have the quality. Now, can they do it on the big stage? I think yes. I think absolutely yes. Competition up top may be high, but I think their mid-tier, low-tier competition, I think Fulham can easily handle. And again, don't be surprised if Fulham actually does make noise. Don't be fucking surprised. They have really solid players. Ryan Sessegnon. Just say that one name, Ryan Sessegnon, and you're fucking good. Number 9, Newcastle United. Newcastle United departed with some players. Who should we call it? Not Arnautovic, Mitrovic. Mitrovic from Newcastle actually moved to Fulham. That's why I think Fulham can do better. But Newcastle also had a couple of moves, and to be fair, man, Newcastle played pretty well last season. Finishing at 10th, doing what a lot of people weren't thinking them to do, to settle into the Premier League. You're coming back after getting relegated a season before that, and a lot of people weren't really expecting you to be there or make any kind of, stable mark in the Premier League. But if Rafa Benitez, stays on board and gels this team together, I think they can still see themselves in the top 10. And speaking of top 10, I'm going to list West Ham United at number 10 because, again, with all those transfers, if you don't get top 10, I don't know what else to do, man. I don't know what else to tell you. But just based on how they've acquired these players, what it can mean for them going forward, I think, really, West Ham can do well. The whole situation with the stadium that they built a couple of years ago, the whole situation with, who was that one cat's name? The fucking Dimitri Payet, right? The whole Dimitri Payet issue, I think that kind of simmered down at this point. I feel like it's finally simmered down. West Ham fans, rejoice. Maybe some shit might happen. Top 10 spot. And from here on out, guys, I'm just going to read this shit out for you guys, and because there's really not much to explain with these other cats. So at 11th, I have Leicester City. I know, falling down. Number 12, Wolverhampton Wolves. Number 13, Huddersfield Town. 14, Southampton. 15, Everton. I know, Toffees, I know, but you guys are not proving anything to me in the transfer window, nor your managers, nor anything behind your club. So, quite frankly, I have no confidence in your club, nor do I in Watford, who's 6 at 16. 17th, I have Bournemouth. Again, just nothing to really show me there. And at the relegation zone, I have Brighton and Hove Albion, Crystal Palace, and Cardiff City. There you go. That's what I think the Premier League season is going to go out to be. Damn, man. You like that shit? Well, click the links in the description and follow me at the Sky Lounge. Comment and subscribe for more daily content. Now fuck off.